In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college basketball games happening on January 21st, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Florida versus Mississippi State. The Florida Gators will travel to Humphrey Coliseum on Saturday night in a Southeastern Conference matchup. The Gators are 10-8 so far this season and are coming off a 54-52 road loss on Wednesday against the Texas Aggies. The Bulldogs are 12-6 right now and are riding a 3-game losing streak after coming off a 70-59 home loss against the Tennessee Volunteers on Tuesday. This is the only time that these programs will face off in the regular season, so this could be a massive game. Florida comes into this game with a 10-8 record overall, and they have gone 9-9 against the spread. In the last game against Texas Aggies, Florida only scored 52 points and they lost by 2 points. 2 games ago against Missouri, Florida's defense gave up only 64 points, and that led to the 9-point victory. The Gators are averaging 73 points while their defense is giving up 66 points per game. The defense is ranked 82nd and is going to need to step up here. Colin Castleton is averaging 15 points while shooting 49.7% from the field. On the other side of this matchup is Mississippi State, who sits with a 12-6 record, and they have gone 7-10-1 against the spread. In the last game against Tennessee, the offense only managed 59 points and they ended up losing by 11 points. Mississippi State is averaging 65 points while their defense is giving up 58 points per game. Tolu Smith is averaging 14 points while shooting 57.2% from the field. The Bulldogs are 1-8-1 against the spread in their last 10 home games and 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. The under is 9-1 in Gators' last 10 overall. The under is 13-6 in Bulldogs' last 19 overall. The underdog is 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 meetings. The home team is 11-5 against the spread in the last 16 meetings. The Bulldogs have enough weapons to contain Colin Castleton. They must be highly motivated to get back on the winning track after playing a tough schedule in the last few weeks. The Florida Gators have the ability to steal a game like this on the road because of their defense, but they're so hit or miss offensively that they're hard to trust. We just saw Florida a couple of days ago miss everything in the first half. Mississippi State has a little more balance to its attack and wins at home by an average of 14 points. Mississippi State has only covered the spread once in its last 6 showings at home. Still, the Bulldogs are 7-2 against the spread in their previous 9 home meetings with the Gators. I lean toward Mississippi State because of its strong home support, so the Mississippi State Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. I've mentioned how good these 2 teams have been on the defensive side of the ball thus far. While Florida records 69.9 possessions per 40 minutes, Mississippi State tallies 64.6, and I'm expecting the host to slow things down as much as possible. The Bulldogs lean on their defense a lot. Against a tough defensive team such as Florida, Mississippi State will struggle to score, but the Bulldogs will look for their defense to make the difference. Hereof, the under would be my best Florida versus Mississippi State betting pick. The under is 5-0 in Florida's last 5 showings on the road, and it is 14-5 in Mississippi State's last 19 contests. Overall, under the projected total is our full game total pick. San Diego State versus Air Force. The San Diego State Aztecs will be going for their 2nd consecutive win when they face the Air Force Falcons on Saturday night. The Aztecs are coming off an 82-76 win over Colorado State as 4.5-point favorites. The Falcons are coming off an 82-74 win over Wyoming as 4.5-point favorites. San Diego State is 9-1 in its last 10 games against Air Force. Air Force is 11-2 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. The over is 7-0 7-0 in Air Force's last 7 home games. The under is 13-3 in the Aztecs' last 16 games against a team with a winning straight-up record. The over is 4-1 in the Aztecs' last 5 games. When these two teams faced off in December, it was Air Force that lost by 13 points, and this game is going to be even worse for them. San Diego State is averaging 75 points, and in the last game, they scored 82 points. A lot of the Aztecs' covering issues this season have come from laying too many points, but even on the road, I believe that this is just a case of not enough points. The Aztecs have owned the recent history with Air Force in a big way, and I look for this game to end up being no different. San Diego State is going to run up the score here, and the Aztecs are going to get the job done. So the San Diego State to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Aztecs are averaging 74 points per game and 72 points per game on the road. They averaged 79 points per game in their last 3 games against the Falcons. They play at a fast pace, averaging 71.7 possessions per game, but they're facing a team that is giving up 64 points per game at home, so expect them to be held under their average in this game. The Falcons are averaging 69 points per game and 72 points per game at home. They averaged 59 points per game in their last 3 games against the Aztecs. They play at a very pace, averaging 66 possessions per game, but they're facing a team that is giving up 74 points per game on the road, so expect them to score enough points to push the score over the total. The Aztecs and Falcons played over the total in 3 of their last 4 meetings. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Gonzaga versus Pacific. Pacific has lost 2 in a row, and they play host to a ranked Gonzaga team that is coming off their first conference loss. Not only is Gonzaga coming off their first West Coast Conference loss, but in the loss they had their 76-game home winning streak snapped, which was by far the longest in the nation. They are now 5-1 in West Coast Conference play, 16-4 overall, and are 1 game back of St. Mary's in conference play. Pacific had won 3 in a row before losing their last 2 games. The last loss dropped them to 3-3 in conference play and 1 game under .500 overall. This is the Tigers' first game of the season facing Gonzaga. Gonzaga had the nation's longest home winning streak snapped in their last game, which was their first conference loss. They will turn things around in this game facing a Pacific team that is coming off a terrible game where their starters were a combined 4-24 from the floor. The leading scorers for the Tigers are all struggling, and the team has lost both of their last 2 games by double digits. The Zags were not their usual high-scoring team in their last game, but will get back to being that in this game facing a Pacific team that allowed their opponent to shoot 53.6% from the floor in the last game and gave up 92 points in the game before that. The Bulldogs need a good bounce back after falling in an upset to LMU, though. Gonzaga was just 1-5 of 2-3 from the line in that one and got out-rebounded 38-29. As for Pacific, they had their string of 4 straight games with 78 or more points scored snapped with the loss to San Francisco on Thursday. This one's going to be another tough matchup, and I don't think Pacific will get all that close to an angry Gonzaga team. So the Gonzaga Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Gonzaga is the second highest scoring team in the nation, and after their offense hit the skids in the last game, they will score big in this one. They will be facing a Pacific team that has lost 2 in a row, first giving up 92 points and then in the last game giving up 78 points to USF, allowing them to shoot 53.6% from the floor. The starters for the Tigers were terrible in their last game, and they will be decent in this game at home. Still, the Zags will light up the scoreboard. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.